Hello my dear smart developers, welcome to Smart Code Apps. In this video, you are going to learn React Navigation version 5 in a very easy and hands-on way. At the end of this video, you will be very comfortable to use React Navigation in your project. Let's see what and all topics we are covering in this video. First thing here, we will learn about the stacks. Stacks basically a container which holds up the multiple screens. We will learn creating it and using it in our application. Next, we will learn about the screen navigation. Here we will navigate from one screen to another via programmatically, like on press of something. Let me show that. Here in the screen I'm pressing on an arrow, so it goes to contact detail, and pressing back button it comes to the same screen. Also pressing on the groups, it gives a pop-up field which is a modal, and swiping it from top to bottom closes that modal. Once we are comfortable in navigation, we will go for passing the parameter between screens in the navigation. As we can see in this video, we will allow user to type something, and that typed value we will pass it to the next screen. Let's say, let me give a smart code app, go to detail, welcome smart code apps. Okay, let me redo it. Let me type hello world, go to detail, welcome hello world. Yes, here we passed hello world parameter from one screen to another screen. Bottom tabs, which is very famous and common nowadays. Let's see the example. Here we can see two bottom tabs, home and settings, and settings is highlighted. We will learn how to give our own custom icons and theme color to match with our app, and indicating which tab is highlighted and which is not, and also adding some badge count. For example, in this screen we can see settings having a badge count of 3. We will learn how programmatically we can add counts based on, let's say you have some new couple of messages, or if user has want to see some settings, new settings is available. To grab user attention, we can use the badge count in our bottom tabs. Side drawer menu is famous in Android material design. We will code here to open a side drawer menu programmatically. For example, here clicking on open drawer, we should open a side drawer menu, and also clicking outside the menu, you should close it, and also swiping from a left screen to right should open the side drawer menu. Also clicking on items in the menu, it should navigate to respective screens. Also adding all this in one project. Some people feel it very difficult. We will learn how to do it so that bottom tabs and side drawer menu coexists in your project. If you are new to this channel, please like and subscribe to this channel, and which will motivate our team to create more videos and to share source code with you. Also please comment if you are facing any issue, and we will answer every question as early as possible. In our description we have added a GitHub link to the source code. You can freely download and use it, like if you stuck somewhere. Without wasting the time, let's get started with React Navigation version 5. I just starting with opening a terminal, and let me go to my project folder, and here I'm creating a expo project. But when you are doing, you can use expo or yarn or npm, whichever you are using currently. Expo init React Navigation v5, enter. Now it is giving template option where I'm choosing a blank because we will do everything from the scratch. Now it is downloading all dependencies. Let's wait for that. Okay, now downloading is completed and it is showing some setup commands. Let me open the project in a Visual Studio Code. For this, what I'm doing is doing a drag and drop. Now project is in our favorite code editor, that is Visual Studio Code, and we will continue from here. Let me open a terminal and yarn start. So what yarn start is doing is we can go to package.json and okay, you can see here start, yarn start is internally calling expo start. So why I'm giving yarn start is don't want to confuse if you're already using a yarn. Let me go to browser and here I'll click run iOS simulator, but if you want to run it on your device, just download an expo app from Play Store or App Store, and whatever the URL is showing here, you can click on it or scan it from the expo app. Now app is ready and it is running in a simulator. What I will do is I'll remove unnecessary codes, so we will add when it is required. Let me remove style sheet as well. Text we will keep it now, maybe we require it in a future. Oops, okay, let me remove the style too. Yes, we have now empty project. Now what I will do is I will go to browser and open the React Navigation official website. The link I will put it in a description. The website is reactnavigation.org. Let me scroll to installation section. Why I'm doing it from here, because in future if anything is changes, you can come to reactnavigation.org and you can see the installation procedure. Here it is saying npm install React Navigation /native. I will not copy npm because I'm using an expo. I will add expo and install. Now it is downloading all the navigation library. Download is completed. Now let's go back to reactnavigation.org and see what extra libraries is required. So they're saying React Navigation requires a gesture handler, reanimated, and React Native screens, and a React Native safe area context, and a masked view. So all these libraries is a dependent library, so we will just copy and we will add it to our project. Installation is successful. Now we will start implementing it. So for implementing, I will go back to the their official documentation and let's see which and all things we need to import. First thing, we need a React Native gesture handler, so copy and let me remove expo status bar, not required, and importing React Native gesture handler. Let me first explain how navigation works in mobile screen. It is not very straightforward and it is not complex too. Like if you know in web you can directly navigate to particular page, but in mobile we use screens instead of a page, and screens need to be predefined and it should be kept in a container. So for this we use a navigation container. Let me import navigation container from @React Navigation /native. Now instead of a view component, we will replace it with a navigation container. Why navigation container? Because this holds our entire whatever navigation screens and the whatever the stacks we are going to add next. So I'm typing here, we need to add our stack of screens. Going back to the documentation, and React Navigation /stack is required. So we install this library, expo install React Navigation /stack. Installation is successful, and now we will import this. Import create a stack navigator from at React Navigation /stacks. Now we will create a stacks using create stack navigator. Stack is created. Now we will use it inside a navigation container, but to use that one we need a screens. So for that let me create two screens using a functional component function home screen. Let me return a view in this. Inside a view we will just add a text and we will say this is a home screen. This is basically to identify like whether screen is changed or not. And let me create one more screen. We will call it as a function detail screen. Here let me copy the same code from the home screen, returning a view with the text, where we will replace home with the detail screen. Now we need to remove this comment, and we will add a stack which we just created now. So syntax is stack is like stack dot, it will be a navigator. Inside this we will add screens to the stack. So syntax is again stack dot screen, and we need to provide a name props here. So name, I'll give a same name which we have created as a screen, that's home screen. And we have one more prop called component, where we will pass a home screen component which we just created. Let me copy same thing, and let's do same for detail screen as well. Here yes should be capital, not a small s. Okay, now let's save this. Yeah, we can see the output. The stack, the first screen we have given as a home screen, and we can see this is a home screen. So our creation of the stack is successful. Now we will add a code in a home screen to navigate to detail screen. So what we'll do, we will add a button, and on press of that button we are navigating to detail screen. So button title, go to detail, on press, arrow method, navigate, we will write detail screen, the same name which we have given for the screen. Now the navigate, we don't know from where it is coming. When we add any screen inside a stack which provides a parameter route and navigation, we will use a navigation parameter to navigate to other screens. So let me copy navigation. It is navigation dot navigate detail screen. Let me save this code. Okay, didn't import button. Let us import button. Yeah, click on go to detail. Yes, success. In iOS, by default it gives a back button and a name of a previous screen and current screen name as a title to the navigation panel. So what you can do is you can swipe from left to right in iOS to go back to previous screen. So this is a default behavior in iOS. Let me click back to go to detail. In Android, what you can do is you can press a back button, it will go to previous screen. But if you want to go back to home screen programmatically, what we will do, we will add a same button in a detail screen. Let me copy and paste, and instead of go to detail, go to home and home screen. Let's add a parameter navigation. Yep, save, go to home, go to detail, working as expected. Now we need to remember one thing over here, which is very important. In a stack, when we add a screen, it is added only one time. So if we try to navigate to particular screen again and again, it will not add any new screens in the stack, no new instance. Now let's add a navigate to detail screen inside a detail screen, and let's try clicking on detail screen multiple times. No, it is not going to detail screen again and again. The reason is, in a stack it is already present and it is just switching the screen position in a stack. Let me rename back to home screen. For this we will add one text input, and from that whatever the entered value we will pass it to next screen. So let me add a text input. For that we need a value need to be saved in a state. So let's use hooks to save the value. Set state, so const name set name equal to use state. Okay, initial state I will give as empty. Later we will store text here, whatever is coming from text input. So let me import text input. Now text input value equal to, we will give it as state. Instead of a state we will rename it as a name, set name, name, and on change text. On change text, what we'll do is whatever the text we will do set name and pass the value from the text input. Okay, I will make it as a react.useState, not importing hook. Yeah, now it is successful. Right now we cannot see a text input, so what we will do, we will add one placeholder. So placeholder equal to please enter your name. Yeah, now we can see the text input. Now to send a value in a route, we will add it as a second parameter and we will pass the same name to the detail screen. Now we will type some name in a text input and click go to detail. Here now we are seeing nothing because we need to use that parameter which came from the previous screen. So for that, in a detail screen we will add text saying that welcome and name, the same value which we passed in a navigation. So name we will get it from a route parameter, and let's destructure a route. So const name equal to route dot params. Let me save. Yes, we can see welcome Ganesh. So that is the name which we given in a previous screen. So let's add some style so that we can see it clearly. So style, let me give a font size to 24. Okay, we can see it clearly now. Go to home and let us add some style over here, a margin, and let's increase the font size. Let me clear the name and let us give a new name, and we'll see whether it is updating dynamically. Kumar, go to detail, we can see welcome Kumar. Perfect. Stack screen provides option props where we can add header style and we can customize a navigation panel. So option equal to header style, and we will give some background color as a tomato, and let's see how it comes. Go back to home screen. Yes, we can see a navigation panel in a tomato color. Yes. Now we applied this color only to home screen. Detail screen again in a white color. So we have an option like for our detail screen also we can define an option same like option header style and a background color. But let's say we are working on a theme based app and we don't want to set the color in every screen. So for that we can set a color to navigator directly, so that any screen we add it automatically inherits the navigator color. So for that let's add, and the prop name is a screen options, and we'll give a header style and a background color. Save. Yeah, now we can see detail screen and home screen both in a tomato color. Now we don't need this option in a home screen because we are setting color to navigator. If you are customizing navigator, then it's a screen option, and it's only option prop if you are customizing a screen directly. Guys, now we are able to do the color or set a theme to the entire our navigation. Now in our next step what we can do is, let's say now whatever the home screen, this name is came up from the whatever the name we have given to the stack screen. Let's say we want to change this name. So instead of changing the name here, like we can change the title by giving options. So just let me uncomment this. I will say here title, and I will remove this camel case and give a space, let's say home screen. Let me save this, and it's header style. Okay, we don't want header style, we can directly get it as a title. Yeah, now this space is applied, and whatever the name we have given it is coming as a home screen. Let's make same thing for the detail screen also. So let me copy options here. So after the component I'm just pasting it, and let me make it this as a detail screen. So let me save this. Yeah, we can see the space is introduced, whatever the name is given. Earlier it was a full word detail screen. So this is about the customizing the header and giving your custom title. Okay, so the next part, let's say I want a button over here where when I'm coming from a detail screen, let's say I want something button, let's say simply for a done. So when I click done, that some action we need to do it. So what I can do is here in option itself I can add we want button at the right, so we will say header right. So what we can do is we can pass a arrow function and oops, header right, we can directly pass an arrow function over here, and we can return a button component. So title I'll say done, and I can say on press what it's again a arrow function, so I'll just say alert I am press. So we'll save this and let me close this button. Okay, so now we have created a button. So let next line. So oops, something is wrong with my settings. Okay, no issues. Also we have created a button, and we can see this done button which appeared in a detail screen. So this is coming in a navigation bar. So let me click on done. Yes, it is giving an alert action saying I am pressed. So we can do whatever our custom action which we need over here, and we can do our whatever business logic. So this is how we can add a button over the navigation bar. Okay, in next step what we can do is, it is saying go back to home screen. So the whatever the name we have given to the previous screen, the same thing is appearing here in a place of back button. So let's say we want to change this one only to the back. Inside option I will say header back title, and we'll give it as a back. Boom. So we can see this button as a button label converted as a back. Earlier it was a home screen. So this is how we can customize the navigation bar. With every component in a navigation bar we can customize how we want it. So whenever I always prepare directly using of header right, header back title. The reason is when we use header title directly, header right directly, whatever the component we written, it is placed exactly at the right place where margin is applied properly at the right side, and it is vertically center aligned. So no need of worrying it until we are not adding any extra like a big icons over there. Yeah, so now we got to know how to add our buttons, how we can customize this back button, and how we can change title of the navigation bar. Next step, what we'll learn is opening a model. Let's say a full screen model. We want something to come up over here as a pop-up, and we should be able to swipe it down to close that model in iOS, and pressing a back button it should close from like a top to bottom. So let's learn how to do it. So I'm just going to the React Navigation documentation. So it is showing the model pop-up how it is coming up. So let's directly go, and they are specifying whatever the modal type during the creation of the stack. For this, what I will do is, let's say we have now function app over here. So let me create one more function, which is modal screen, and let me say like, let me return, so which is having nothing but just a text saying that, hey, I'm a modal screen. Oops, I'm a model screen. So what it is doing is whenever like a pop-up comes, we will identify this saying that hey, I'm a model, and what we will do is we will apply some font size to see it properly. So I'm just copying the same style. Okay, so this is we have now created a model screen. Now what we have to do is we need to create a stack where we need to separate out like whatever our regular screens and a model screen. So for this, what we can do is we'll create a separate stacks. Whatever the stacks over there, we will call it as a main stack. We will create one more stack as a root stack, and we'll make that one as a model, and we will add our root stack as well as main stack over there. What I do first is let me create function saying that main stack we create to main stack create stack navigator, and let me create one more root stack where create stack navigator. Okay, fine. So I have created two stack navigator, main stack dot navigator, and what I will do is I will add main stack dot screen. I need to write these guys over here, whatever the their stack dot navigator. So I'm just copying this part, whatever we have written down here. So I'm just copying it and pasting over here, and let me replace stack with the main stack. We have replaced the stack with the main stack, and let me also copy the screen options so that the color which we have given to the screen we will get it. And let me remove these things which I no longer needed. We will add code over here. So before that, we have just created our main stack. Okay, let me align this. Sorry, where's the return statement? Okay, I'll name this as a main stack screen. So in the meantime, we will create one more method, that is our root stack screen. It's again method where we will create a root stack dot navigator. When we creating a root stack dot navigator, we will say mode as it is giving option as a card and a model. We want it as a model, we will give it as a model, and let's go ahead and create a screen. So we have already having a screen, so let me say name as a model, and let me give component which we have already created, that is model screen. So here what I can return is I can return a root stack. Root stack screen. We have added here model, so I will replace this as my model, and what we do now is we will add our main whatever the stack which we created, and we named it as main stack screen. So I will call it as main stack and component will give as a main stack screen. Let me change the name. Okay, so let me make this change. And do is saying couldn't register navigator, so I can make this as a navigation container, and let's wrap this. Okay, here we are. So let me go to detail, go to home. So now we have home and detail. Let's see what happened to our screen component, because the screen options is defined here. So what I'll do is let me copy this and add it to the navigators. Now okay, we got our color back because we have changed our root stack screen. Now in a detail page, in below the go to home, I will add the pop-up. So let's go to the detail screen. Here we have a button called go to home. So what I will do is I will copy it and I will say open a pop-up. Open pop-up, and on press, what I will do is instead of a home screen, I'll say my model. So let's click on this here. We got our model and it is saying, hey, I'm a model. So what we can do here is we can close this or drag down the model. So just to differentiate that the model color, what I will do is I'll give a different color to the model. So we'll say options, whatever the screen options with the header style, we will copy and we will change the color of tomato to sky blue or blue. Okay, so options sky blue is there. So now you can easily differentiate a pop-up model, and in iOS we can hold it and swipe it down, so model will get closed. So click on open model, it is open, and clicking on the left, it is getting closed. So basically it should not be a back button, so it should be a close button. And in Android, when you press a back button, this goes something like this. So let's say what I can do is header option, I can make it as a null, so that these options will go up, but we need to introduce a button to just to get closed. So we'll do that one. So I will go to my model screen where I'm defining my model. Here header show, I will make it as a false. So you can see it is continuously going and there is no header, and you can introduce your custom header. So let me go to model screen. Here let me add a style where I'll add a margin of 16. So we can see that I'm a model, and what we can do is even we can add a button over here. Let me add a button where title equal to close this model, and on press I need to close this. So what I will do is I'll just import route and navigation. I don't want navigation, so let's just import navigation. Let me close the button and I will say route dot navigation that go back. So yeah, so and then pop up, and I will say close this model. So that's just getting closed the model and close this model. So let me say one more thing, like whenever we are hiding a header, then the parameter of swiping down option, it still resides, so that you can just click on header part and you can swipe it down and you can close the navigation. So this is how we just learned how we can create a pop-up screen. Pop-up screen plays a very important role to give a feel to the user that he is on the same screen, or he didn't lost anywhere in middle of the navigations, and it gives a feel that it's the sub operations of the action he's currently doing. Yes, so this is about the model screen. We will add a new two tabs, okay, and we will see how we can add images or icons to that tab, and how we can show some notification number. Let's say we have something like a chat kind of thing. So now what we'll do is, let me go to official documentation of the React Navigation, and let me traverse to tab navigation, and here they say we need to install the navigation / bottom tabs. So let me copy these and let me open a terminal. As I'm using Expo, I'm doing Expo install React Navigation bottom tabs. Let this install all the package. So once this is successful, what I will do is I'll import tabs. Import tabs. Create bottom tabs from React Native bottom tabs. So what I'm doing is just importing a create bottom tabs, and let me just create it over here. So const tabs equal to create bottom tabs. Okay, oops, it should be create bottom tab navigator. So let me just replace it here. Okay, it's perfect now. So const tabs create bottom tab navigator. So inside tabs I need to add two screen. So what I can do is I will do a nested screen with the tabs. So instead of a root stack over here, what we can do is, let me remove this navigation container. So before that, let me add a navigation container, and let me add a tabs dot navigator, and then tabs dot screen. I will give it as a home, and component I will give our whatever the main stack screen. Okay, we got the first home button. Let me add one more screen, tab dot screen, name equal to, let me use settings, and component equal to settings screen, which currently we don't have it. Let's go and create this. So function settings screen, what we'll do here, we will just return a view with a text, saying that this is a second tab, and we can apply some styles. So let me copy the previous text style, and we'll give some margin as well. Okay, and here view style, we will add some margin of 60 so that we can see it clearly. Okay, can't find variable tab. Okay, I missed it. Yes. Okay, yes, is small, come on. Okay, now we can see the two tabs which came over at our bottom of the screen. So home, and clicking on the setting, we are in a second tab. Maybe I will make it as a settings tab. So this is a settings tab. Going back to, this is a home screen, and we have all the options which we have like a go to details, pop-up, something is wrong, so we need to call a root stack screen here instead of a main stack if we want a pop-up model. Okay, so what's wrong, like a mistake. Okay, so if we are using a root stack screen, what I can do is I can remove the navigation container, and let me save this. Yes, here we have. Now if you are clicking on open model, it is also working, and can go travels between settings and like whatever the nested screens is available, and all the options whatever are there, it is available. Now let's set some tab options. What I can do is we can give a screen options where we can take as a route, I'll return so what I can say, tab bar icon, which will take color and size. Okay, let me wrap this component. And so basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to customize whatever the focus icon with a different color. So let me say and different icons. So focus tab, I will add some icons. So let me add the icon name, and so we are getting a route name. So what I will do is route home screen. So then what we will do is we will assign some icon name where we will check is focus is true. True. Information circle, else what we'll do is I use information set outline. And see route name equal to settings, then icon name. What we'll do is if it is focused, list box is list, and we
So what I can do is I can install. So let me go to an icon. So name equal to icon name, color equal to color, size equal to okay. So we didn't import icons, so let me import icons from export slash vector icons slash icons. So okay, we're seeing some bugs. Okay, sorry, it's a home. All the projects. Okay, so I'm adding screen options to the screen. It should be to the navigator. Okay, so it's giving some error, so icon sorts. Okay, now yes, we can see the icons which we have given information circle and a settings as the iOS list box. So clicking on that, it is highlighted, and that iOS circle becomes outline. Clicking on that, it becomes filled. The vice versa happens with the settings tab also. So now we got to know how we can add a tab with the customized icons. Let's say in my settings, a new update is available, or 2 new messages is available. What we can do is we can add options here, and what we can do is we can say tab badge, and we'll say we have a one new message. Go to look into that. Boom, we can see the number 1 is displayed over here with a red color saying that there is something new is available. So this is, we can change this count to our required number, so it updates dynamically. So if you want to show something new settings is available, you can add as a number in a icon as a badge. Now let's say you want to add one more tab. What we can do is you can just add here one more screen over here, just showing how it goes. And let me comment this settings 1, I will say, and we can see multiple tabs coming over here. So I just copied same component. We cannot give us the name with the same name for 2 different components. So this is how you can add how many tabs you want it, but preferably never go more than 5 tabs, because the size of the width of this screen is not very big in a mobile phone, and your app is always in a portrait mode. Then never add it more than 5. So let me undo this. Okay, we are back with these things, and we have our nested screens. We have a pop-up. We can close this pop-up. We are now done with bottom tabs. Now the next step is we will create a side drawer menu. As a next step, what we will do is we will add a side drawer menu. So what we can do is I'm going to React Navigation documentation where it is saying drawer navigation, copying the drawer navigation installation. So I will do expo. In your case it might be a yarn or npm. So oops, expo install Okay, so what I did is just copied explore libraries of site drawer menu, and yeah, installation is successful. Let me close this tab. So what we can do is we can import this drawer, also create drawer navigator from and React navigation / drawer. So create drawer navigator, I just imported. So I have it in the app, so I will create it here. Const drawer, say create drawer navigator. Now what I will do is we will add a drawer to the existing bottom tabs, so that we will learn how we can nest this together. If you don't want to nest it, you can use it independently. So before creating a tab or a side drawer, let me move this whatever the tab navigation to the net. So I will just create function tab navigation and let me move this whatever we have created to a method tab navigation. Okay, we have successfully moved our method to the tab navigation. Here what I will do is it's the same procedure, drawer dot navigator, and we'll add drawer dot screen and name equal to first item and component equal to, we need to create a component. We'll say oops, first item, and we will close this. So right now we don't have a first item, so let's create that. So function first item which will take the navigation. Okay, let me return a view which contains a text just to identify this is our first item. So this is, no, we'll give it as a first item. Okay, we can see that drawer has came, and we can see the first item, and we can click on that. So whatever the name we have given, it is showing in a first item, and text we will add some style, margin equal to 60, and we can copy the same text style which we have given font size as 24. I'll just copy the same thing over here, so we can see this is first item screen. Okay, so what I will do is for a second item I want the tabs to appear, so I'll add one more screen where I will call this as second item, and component I will use as whatever we just created, tab navigation. So we will give as a tab navigation. Now we can see that we can getting two items in your side drawer menu, first item, and when clicking on second item we are getting our tabs, and we can go to details, we can open a pop-up, close this pop-up, and we can still get back feel like if you are in a detail screen, and you can get your side drawer menu if you swipe it from left to right in iOS. Now let's say I want in first item, let's say I want to add one button. Like how we can dynamically switch between these like a first item and second item. So what I will do is I will add a button, and I will give a title as go to second item, and on press, what we'll do is we have already imported the navigation. So navigation dot navigate will say second item. Okay, let me click this button. Oops. Okay, let me wrap the navigation, and yeah, we can directly import to the second item. And let's try to open the drawer programmatically. Let's say we want to add a button, so I will say open drawer, and on clicking that, we have a method open drawer. So let me go back to the first item, and let me click on open drawer. Okay, we got this drawer open, and clicking on anywhere else the screen, it is closing a drawer. But if you want some method inside this to close drawer, we have a method also called close drawer. So you can use it whichever you want it for your business logic. So this finishes the side drawer menu, and we can have a open drawer. We can switch between the screens. We can go to next, switch the tabs. We can go to tail, and we can open a pop-up screen. We can close this model. We can go to home directly, and we can get the drawer menu whenever we are above the bottom tabs. And we can go to detail. When you are in a detail, you can still swipe back to come back to your screen. Then you can get a whatever drawer you are looking for. So this finishes the React Navigation version 5, and we have covered starting from the screens. We have created nesting up the screens, creating a model, and customizing the navigation header, and creating a bottom tabs, and creating the drawer navigation, and switching between the navigation, and nesting all these, and all are working as expected. Comment if you have faced any issues. Do subscribe to our channel. Thank you.